I'm back with whistleblower Zach Vorhies. He's the Google whistleblower. In fact, he was at Google for 8.5 years until 2019. He has a book. It's called Google Leaks, and you can check it out. The website is googleleaksbook.com, googleleaksbook.com. Zach, let's talk about Google. I mean, you've got this giant corporation. It's a virtual monopoly. I mean, I realize there are a couple of minor other search engines, but Google owns the market. Google often buys out competitors as they begin to gain strength. They become part of Google. And Google is this sort of almost, I don't even know if I could call it a city, but you work there. Give us a window into Google and how Google manipulates searches. I think the ordinary guy thinks, I did a Google search. And I think what they mean is they're expecting the most common websites to come popping right up, not realizing that there's some manipulation going on, so to speak, behind the curtain. Talk about that.
Yeah. So, Google used to be this great sort of libertarian organization that I agreed with all their corporate values. And then in 2016, when the wrong president was democratically elected, they took their mission statement to organize the world's information and make it universally accessible and useful. And they threw that into the garbage. And what they did is they rewrote all of their algorithms in order to weaponize against the sitting president of the United States. And I saw this from the inside, first when it started to come out in design documents, because the whole company is transparent. And I could see what was going on. And then once these documents started coming out of, hey, we need to filter fake news, I was like, well, what's going to be sort of deciding what's going to be fake news? And as I started to dig in further, I discovered that there was this huge program called machine learning fairness. And machine learning fairness is critical race theory merged with artificial intelligence. And it was something that, it wasn't that they were building it, it was already done. And they were rolling it out to all of their different products, which was Google Search, YouTube, Google News. And, I was reading these documents about how to communicate it to middle management. And so I said, this is going to end democracy as we know it, not only in the United States, but all the different countries where Google has a monopoly in search. And so I was just like, I need to start saving this stuff. And I didn't know that I was going to blow the whistle at the time, but I was like, this is so out there that I just need to know that I'm personally not going crazy. And then, things kept on getting worse. It was 2019 when the purges started happening. And I was just like, okay, I got to get out of here. I had sent this documentation to Project Veritas a year early, and they weren't really communicating with me, but little did I know that they had actually done a sting operation. And so at about the same time that I was leaving, they gave me a call and asked me to read this transcript about Jen Janai, one of their directors, that had admitted that they were going to stop the next Trump situation in 2020. And so the rest is history. I resigned. We came out, we let the world know that, machine learning fairness was this thing that was being unleashed on us. And that's the reason why all the Google searches were getting really bad. And let me just show you in their own words what they thought of you as an individual, why they wanted to do, this programming. And basically what they thought is that each one of us are programmable units, and essentially the audience could be programmed in 4 steps. Training data are collected and classified. 2, algorithms are programmed. 3, media are filtered, ranked, aggregated, or generated. And then step 4 is that people like us are programmed. And then the cycle repeats. And this is just like evil. This is like Dr. Evil stuff, right? Like I couldn't sit there with a good conscience and eventually face my maker without doing something to, throw myself into the gears of this machine and make it stop. Because I like America. I really like democracy. I like participating in our civic system. And if we have like an AI that is manipulating the information that we've got access to, then, that's game over. And I'm proud that I was able to put a stop or at least slow it down a bit. Now we're seeing, chat bots coming out, and But the great thing about chatbots is that at least we know about it and we can complain about it on Twitter. The problem with Google is that they were doing this in secret behind the shadows and not telling anyone that this is what they were doing, and instead gaslighting each and every one of us like, oh, you're crazy, we're not censoring. But yet from the inside, it was obvious that they were.
I mean, you've just outlined, Zach, just an extremely creepy vision where Google treats human beings as being programmable robots, so to speak, and they go that with enough search engine manipulation, with enough relentless one-way propaganda, we're going to alter your mind and make you think the way we do. And you can see how this is a subversion of free speech, it's a subversion of debate, and it's a subversion of democracy. Really scary stuff. Zach, I'd love to have you back again to talk more about all this. Thanks for joining me. I really appreciate it. Guys, it's Zach Vorhies. You can follow him on Twitter at Perpetual Maniac, his website, zachvorhies.com, or the website for the book, googleleaksbook.com.
Thank you, Dinesh.